Because of Coronaville, we're all at home, and there is some awareness and at times worry about our vulnerability of possibly contracting the coronavirus. During moments like this, it's helpful and important to feel like you're doing something. This is an option for some. It may not be something that resonates with certain people, and if it doesn't, that's okay. Don't watch the video. Um, And I know for myself, I try and be health conscious. I mean, I'm not a naturopathic or integrative medicine specialist, but I try and be aware and as health conscious as possible. So you might have noticed that in recent years, there's a trend towards prebiotic and probiotic foods. Well, as with any dietary trend, there's a lot of suspect information and even suspect products. So we have to be aware and we have to be careful. But there is a science behind it because we do know that 80 to 90% of our immune system is located in our gut. So this is even more reason to eat the foods that feed our microbiome. So I am integrating foods myself that are pre and probiotic to help my immune system and the gut flora in my microbiome. So first off, what exactly is the difference between prebiotic and probiotic? Well, prebiotic refers to the type of fiber found in the non-digestible parts of food like bananas, onions, garlic, artichoke, the skin of apples, beans, and many other things. Prebiotic fiber goes through the small intestine undigested and becomes fermented when it reaches the large colon. This fermentation process feeds beneficial bacteria colonies, including probiotic bacteria, and helps increase the number of desirable bacteria in our digestive system, also known as our gut or microbiome. They are associated with better health and reduced risk. Also, eating pre and probiotics actually helps mitigate against depression, anxiety, PTSD, and lots of other mental health. I'm not going to get into that, but there's tons of research that you guys can check out and research for yourself. Probiotics are live beneficial bacteria that are naturally created by the process of fermentation in foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, miso soup, kimchi, and others. So these are foods that we ferment and we later eat. Probiotics are also available in a pill or powder form as an added ingredient in products like yogurt or health drinks, and many other probiotic supplements are available as well. And we know that sometimes the doctor may recommend taking a round of probiotics after antibiotics. So, this is not medical advice, so follow whatever your doctor advises. So we know that at the end of the day, it is advisable to maintain and practice or work towards engaging a diet that holistically feeds and maintains our microbiome. It has its own ecosystem. And we're lucky where we live. Prebiotic and probiotics are readily available. There's also foods such as cheese when it's aged. Certain cheeses are also known to be pre and probiotic as well. And for decades, cultures have been eating a diet that includes pre and probiotic foods. So we also know that people that are healthy, leaner, have less mental health issues, have a healthier microbiome. So we know the microbiome is related to weight, mental health, and many other factors. So this tells us that the food we eat affects not only our weight, but the quality of cells we generate from head to toe. So we've got the brain-gut axis or the mind-body connection. You probably hear me say that in some of the slide presentations, but also our cardiovascular system as well. So there's tons of reasons our gut is often called our second brain, as some researchers estimate that we have over 40,000 neurons that transmit signals from our stomachs right to our brain. So it's important to note then when you're pursuing any type of health program, any type of change to how you're eating, that you consult with your doctor, psychiatrist, integrative medical or medicine specialist, naturopathic doctor, to consider the safety, efficacy, and purpose. And, what are the goals, or what issue are you trying to mitigate? So the simplest and most holistic way to approach prebiotic and probiotic health is through eating real foods in moderation, and also ensuring that you have a variety. So you want to make sure that you're not eating the same thing every day. I'm just going to read off a list of some foods, so that basically if they're foods you eat, or there's something that you're like, oh, I haven't eaten that in a while, it might inspire you to purchase it next time you're out. So all these foods support our microbiome and to help keep it working and help keep it healthy. So prebiotic food lists for fruits are apples, greenish bananas, dried fruit without any additives, grapefruit, kiwi, nectarines, pomegranates, watermelon, white peaches. Vegetables are raw asparagus. Oh, I tried them. They're not the best, but I eat them now and then. Beets, chicory, dandelion greens, raw. Fennel, garlic, raw. Jerusalem artichokes, leeks, raw. Onions, shallots, spring onions. They can be cooked or raw. Savory cabbage, snow peas. Grains are barley, which contains gluten. So if you're gluten sensitive, please refrain from purchasing it. Same with buckwheat and rye. Oats may or may not contain gluten, so check your labels. Wheat bran and whole grains also contain gluten, so if you have celiac or any type of gluten sensitivity, please be very mindful. Legumes are chickpeas, lentils, red kidney beans, and soya beans. And probiotics, we all know that probiotic supplements you can take over the counter, and they're live strains of bacteria that boost the production of good bacteria in our gut. And probiotic strains support a healthy immune system. They maintain the gut lining, decrease the need to utilize supplements. We absorb our nutrients better, and potentially medications. However, you'll have to consult with your doctor or medical professional regarding that. And probiotic foods include yogurt without added sugar and non-dairy coconut yogurt, cheese made from raw milk, aged cheeses such as cheddar and Gouda. There's another cheese called Quark. It's a European cheese. It kind of looks a little bit like a cheese curd. Anyway, it's a little bit hard to find, but there are certain stores that carry it occasionally. There's Lebna, or Greek yogurt without any added sugar. There's refrigerated, unpasteurized, cultured veggies. So usually you find this in the refrigerated section. They have tons of jars with different vegetables, with like carrots and cauliflower and celery and onion and other things in it. Olives, tempeh, miso, natto, which is fermented soy, seeds, which are sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, pistachio, and pumpkin seed. Drinks, which are great to have if you're looking for something different to drink, are kefir, which is the fermented milk, lassi, which is a dal-based yogurt drink, kombucha. You'll probably see that in tons of places, and you can even buy a SCOBY and make kombucha yourself. I have definitely done that. I did that, I think, starting around 3 years ago. There's also other refrigerated condiments that also have some probiotics in them when they're unpasteurized, such as sauerkraut, pickles, fermented soy sauce, tamari sauce, kimchi, pickles, dips, and spreads. And in addition to feeding our gut pre and probiotic foods, it's important to eat foods that further nurture and fuel these symptoms. There's also another component of this called resistant starches. So unlike the starches that are avoided in low carb and lots of fat diets, because those types of diets will say it contributes to fat production, these starches actually resist digestion and as they travel through the lower colon, so where our microbiome feeds on them to help heal the gut. So these are different types of starches, and they actually help, remember, feed our microbiome. And there is some research where when we have some of these starches and these probiotics in our gut, that we actually absorb carbs better. We can, maybe absorb isn't the right word, we actually digest them better. So they are aceia, cold potatoes, green banana flour, barley, buckwheat groats, chicory root fiber, flax, oats, psyllium, rice bran, rye, and wheat bran. There's probably tons more. I didn't create an exhaustive list, but if this interests you, you can research it further and kind of pick and choose some things that you'd like to start with and what interests you. So all the best with this, and thanks for tuning in to mindfulmodes.com.